students, we have already studied about the simple form of tenses and continuous form of tenses. Today we are going to study about the perfect form of tenses: present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Before beginning with this, let us revise the three forms of the verb. The verb is any action that we do, like drive, drink, eat, fall, feel, smile, any activity that we are doing. And there are three forms. One is the one in the given form, that is the present form, past, and the past participle. Like drive is the first form of the verb, then drove becomes the second form, driven is the third form. In drink, we see drink, drank, drunk, first form, second form, third form of the verb. Eat, ate, eaten, fall, fell, fallen. So we know these. I am sure you must be aware that are the first form of the verb, these are the second form, and this is the third form of the verb. Fight, fought, again it remains fought. Fly, flew, flown. Forget, forgot, forgotten. I forget, I forgot, I had forgotten. Get, got. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. These are the three forms of the verb. The present perfect, past perfect, or future perfect tense that we are going to study, in that we use the third form of the verb. So that is why we are revising the three forms of the verb. So wherever the verb will be given, any kind of action is given, there we will convert it into its third form. If suppose eat is given, then it will become eaten. Feel, felt. Get, got. Give, given, and so on. So we will be talking about the third form of the verb. We have already talked about the verb in the ing form in the continuous tense, like drive became driving, drink became drinking, eat became eating. I'm sure you remember how in the past continuous, present continuous, future continuous, the verb we added the ing form of the verb we were using. Similarly, in the perfect form of tenses, we will be using the third form of the verb. Let us see. First, we begin with present perfect tense. Where and why do we use present perfect tense? It is used to express that an action which had begun sometime back in the past has just been completed. So it is not still going on. If the action was still going on, it would be present continuous tense. But this had started some time back and it has just been completed. So it is referred to as present perfect tense. And here we use has or have along with the third form of the verb, which we just saw, that the third form. Whenever you will see in a sentence the verb, you will change it into the third form. And if we are using has or have, that means it is present perfect tense. Let us see an example. She has finished her work. Here the verb is finish. So first you will change it into the third form. The third form is finished. So she has finished her work. That means she has just completed her work. She began some time back and she has completed just now. Just few moments before, she has just finished her work. So we're saying she has finished her work. I have lost my purse. You're using have along with the third form of the verb. So whenever you see the use of has, have, that is the third form of the verb. So here remember, in perfect tense we are, again just give me a minute, in perfect form of the tense we use has, have, or had. So whenever you see these terms being used, you can immediately recognize this is perfect form of the tenses. In the present perfect, we use has or have. In the past perfect, we will be using had. Let us see. So I hope the present perfect tense is clear. We use has or have along with the third form of the verb. What is past perfect tense? It is used to indicate an action which is done in the past that had been completed before another past action began. That is to say, if two things happened in the past only, then it is used to indicate that one action has been done before the other one could begin. We will understand with the help of examples. Here we use in past perfect, we use had. We do not use has or have, we use had along with the third form of the verb. The train had left the station before he reached. So we see both these actions, the train leaving the station and the person reaching there, these both the actions happened in the past. But one had already happened before the other one could happen. So the train had left. That is where we are using the perfect form of the tense. An action done in the past that has been completed before another action began. So this has been completed before the other action was completed. So that is where we use the term past perfect tense. The train had left the station before he reached. Here everything is in past tense. Two actions happen. The Titanic, it was a ship. The Titanic had sunk before everyone got off the ship. So before everyone could get off the ship, the Titanic had sunk. We are talking about two actions. One was done before the action could begin. So it had already sunk before everyone could get off. So that is why I used past perfect. And in past perfect, we use the term had along with the third form. So here the verb is sink and we have changed into the third form sunk. So whenever we are using the term had, it is past perfect form of the tense. So I hope this is clear to you. We use has and have, has or have in present perfect, and when we are using the term had, we are referring to the past perfect tense. Coming to future perfect tense, it is used to indicate an action that will be completed at some point of time in the future. So we are talking about something that will be done at some point of time in the future. Like any other future tense, we use the helping verbs shall, will, have. So in future perfect, we will be using shall or will, depending whether it is I, we, or any other term used, any other pronoun used, along with have. We don't use had, we use have along with third form of the verb. So whenever you will see this combination, you will immediately know this is future perfect tense. I shall have completed my graduation before I turn 18. So by this point of time in the future, you would have completed your graduation. So you are using I shall have completed, the third form of the verb. The verb is complete and you have changed into the third form completed. So I shall have completed my graduation before I turn 18. You will have studied this topic by next year. So will have. So you use have for the future tense along with shall or will. So I hope this part is clear to you. For present perfect, you use has or have along with third form of the verb. If it is past perfect, you simply use had along with third form of the verb. For future, you will use shall, will along with have. So basically in the perfect form of the verb, you are using has, have, and had. You are using has, have in present also, in future also, and had. Whenever you see such terms use has, had, have, you will immediately know it is perfect form of the tense. So whenever you are asked to write in perfect form of the tense, you will be converting into has, have, had. In present, has or have. Past, had. In future, shall, will, have. Let us see few examples. They will have finished their homework by dinner time. So we're talking about future tense by this time. Will have finished. He had met Vishal before you introduced him. So this had happened in the past before another action in the past could happen. So this is past perfect. She will have lost her excessive weight by next year. So this is the future perfect tense. Will have done this. The old man has brought candies for the children. This has happened recently. This is present perfect. The store had closed. Had, again, past perfect. The store had closed before I reached. They have seen this video on their phone. they have seen this video. This is again the present perfect tense. They have seen this video just few minutes back on this phone. So I hope this perfect form of the tense is clear to you. If you are asked to change the sentences into the perfect form, you know you will be using has, have, or had, depending on which form of the tense you are using.